a variant maken. Today, we're diving into one of my absolute all-time favorite dishes, Korean barbecue short ribs, also known as Galbi. If you've ever been to a Korean BBQ restaurant, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That sweet, savory, smoky, and incredibly tender beef that just melts in your mouth. You might think it's a complicated dish reserved for special occasions or restaurants. But I'm here to show you how surprisingly easy it is to make right at home. The secret is all in the marinade, and trust me, once you try this recipe, you'll be making it again and again. So, let's get those aprons on and start cooking. First things first, let's talk about the star of the show, the short ribs. For this recipe, you'll want to find what is called LA style or flank and cut short ribs. These are beef short, ribs that have been cut thinly across the bone, usually about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. This cut is perfect because it allows the marinade to penetrate the meat quickly, and it cooks up super fast. You can usually find these at Asian grocery stores or ask your local butcher to cut them for you. You'll need about 2 to 3 pounds of these beauties. Once you have your ribs, it's time to prepare them. This is a crucial step to ensure they're as tender as possible. We're going to soak them in cold water for about 30 minutes to an hour. This helps to draw out any excess blood and bone fragments, which gives the meat a cleaner flavor. After soaking, give them a good rinse under cold running water and pat them completely dry with paper towels. You want the surface to be dry so the marinade can really cling to it. Now for the magic, the marinade. This is where all the flavor comes from. For our marinade, we're going to need soy sauce, some brown sugar for that beautiful caramelization and sweetness, a little bit of water, and toasted sesame oil for that nutty aroma. Then, we need our aromatics, a good amount of minced garlic, and some grated ginger. The real secret ingredient here, though, is a grated Asian pear. The pear not only adds a wonderful, subtle sweetness, but it also contains enzymes that act as a natural tenderizer for the meat. If you can't find an Asian pear, a Bosc pear or even a Fuji apple will work in a pinch. Finally, a little bit of black pepper to round it all out. Let's put it all together. In a large bowl, combine about 1 cup of soy sauce, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and 1/2 cup of water. Whisk that together until the sugar is mostly dissolved. Then, add in 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame oil, about 8 to 10 cloves of minced garlic do, and be shy with the garlic and 1 tablespoon of grated ginger. Now, grate your peeled Asian pear directly into the bowl. Give it a final whisk to combine everything. That's it! Your Galbi marinade is ready, and it should smell absolutely incredible. Now, it's time to introduce the ribs to their flavorful bath. Place your dried short ribs in a large baking dish or a zip-top bag. Pour the marinade all over the ribs, making sure each piece is thoroughly coated. Gently massage the marinade into the meat. If you're using a dish, you can layer the ribs and the marinade. If you're using a bag, just squeeze out the air and seal it. Now, for the hard part, waiting. You need to let these ribs marinate for at least 4 hours. But for the best flavor, I highly recommend letting them marinate overnight in the refrigerator. The longer they sit, the more tender and flavorful they'll become. While our ribs are marinating, let's talk about the perfect companion, a simple bowl of steamed rice. You can use any short or medium grain white rice. Just rinse the rice a few times until the water runs clear. Then cook it according to your rice cooker's instructions or on the stovetop. Fluffy, sticky rice is the perfect vessel to soak up all that delicious Galbi sauce. All right, Our ribs have been marinating, and they are ready for the heat. You have a few options for cooking. The most authentic way is over a charcoal grill, which gives it that classic smoky flavor. You can also use a gas grill, a stovetop grill pan, or even broil them in your oven. Today, I'm using a cast iron grill pan on my stove. Preheat your grill or pan over medium-high heat. You want it nice and hot so you get a good sear. Lightly oil the grates to prevent sticking. Take the ribs out of the marinade and let any excess drip off. Don't throw that marinade away. We'll use it later. Place the ribs on the hot grill in a single layer. You should hear a beautiful sizzle. Cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Because they're cut so thin, they cook very quickly. You're looking for a nice char and caramelization on the outside. While the ribs are cooking, pour the leftover marinade into a small saucepan. Bring it to a boil and let it simmer for a few minutes to cook off the raw meat, juices, and thicken it slightly. This will become a fantastic sauce to drizzle over everything later. Once the galbi is cooked, transfer it to a cutting board. You can serve them as is, or for easier eating. Use kitchen shears to cut the meat off the bone into bite-sized pieces. Arrange the beautiful, glistening pieces of galbi on a platter. I like to garnish mine with some toasted sesame seeds and thinly sliced green onions for a pop of color and fresh flavor. And there you have it. A beautiful platter of homemade Korean galbi ready to be devoured. Serve it hot with your freshly steamed rice and maybe some kimchi or other Korean side dishes on the side. The combination of the tender, sweet and savory beef with the fluffy rice is just pure comfort and joy. I promise your family and friends will be so impressed. Thank you so much for cooking along with me today. I hope you give this delicious galbi recipe a try. It really is easier than you think and so worth it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more easy and delicious recipes. Let me know in the comments if you make it. See you next time. Happy cooking!